Hi friends, welcome back to Procrastinator. I know it's been a hot second, but I don't know, senior year and school is busy. But yeah, that said, there are a lot of fun updates of things that I've done. So I guess I'll just get started. So I think the last thing I showed you was I was working on these pairs of socks. So they are since complete. 2x2 ribbing, heel flap, and gusset. I knit them on magic loop size 1 needles. And I followed Crazy Sock Lady's vanilla sock pattern, and I cast it on 56 stitches, so that's her size small. And this is Barocco Comfort Sock. So yeah, I think since then I've changed up my formula. I think this is just like a little bit too small for me, but I really liked how these turned out. I think they're like great color, great pattern. The repeat is like just perfect, in my opinion. So yeah, I haven't like figured out exactly how to make the repeats line up like this, because like, you know, sometimes it'll be like a little off, which is okay. But I've really enjoyed knitting these. But I think they're a little bit too small. So this was, after that pair, I knit this pair of socks. So these are, so the Barocco Comfort Sock is an acrylic nylon blend, and this, I think, this was wool and nylon from Cascade Yarns. I think this color is called Fern. It's so pretty, it's so soft, it was so nice to knit with. I knit these also magic loop, also like on a size 1 needle, and I cast it on 64 stitches and 1x1 rib, heel flap gusset, the whole thing. But yeah, these I feel like fit better, but yeah, or maybe they, actually I think these are a little bit loose on me, but I think I prefer that to it being too tight on the other ones. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I do like them a lot. I would recommend this yarn, and it was pretty affordable. So that was that. And then I was like, I was kind of getting sick. It was with this pair that I was like, I'm getting really sick of magic loop, because if you're familiar with the method, it's like, well, actually I have a pair on magic loop right now that I will just demonstrate with. So yeah, so this is a pair I'm working on. Yeah, so if you're familiar with magic loop, you kind of have the yarn between here, and then you gotta pull the yarn through every time. And that was getting really, really frustrating for me. So I wasn't into it, wanted to see what other options would be. And I learned socks on magic loop, so I hadn't done DPNs, I hadn't done 9-inch circulars, I hadn't done what some people call flexible DPNs. So I was like, I mean, I know I like to knit socks, so why don't I invest in different ways that you can knit socks and see how that goes. So that is what I did. I ended up getting, okay, let's see if I have like, I don't have my ish together, so give me a moment. Yeah, the year's been crazy. There it is. Okay, so I got flexi-flips, Addy flexi-flips in size 1. And what these are, I think I might have been sent like a not perfect pair, but I mean, it doesn't really matter to me all that much, but they're not the exact same length. I don't know if you can tell, like this one is shorter than the rest. Like the cord length is shorter. I don't think it's supposed to be like that, but whatever, it's fine. So these are essentially flexible DPNs. I thought I would like them because I thought well, I liked magic loop. Like I thought that was like, you know, preferable to DPNs, right? And I thought I would like these because essentially it's magic loop. You have all your stitches on two things, and you with this hand would go like that, so then there wouldn't be any like pulling cord necessarily. It's just switching needles, right? So I thought I would like this, but spoiler alert, I really don't. I really don't. Yeah, there's something, or maybe I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to holding things like with this needle configuration, but I found it really difficult to maneuver. I felt like I didn't have any space. It was hard to figure out how to not make these flop around so much. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I don't know. So that was really sad and disappointing because I was really hoping to like these a lot. So I actually, like, I'm not sure if I will reach for these. Like, I might de-stash these and like sell them to someone because, yeah, I actually prefer DPNs to these. It's kind of crazy to think about. So the next things, but I guess I should mention, yeah, so these have flexible cord, and with the Addies, one side is blunt and the other side is not blunt. I mean, I don't really knit by pushing on the needle tips, so I don't really think that was a pro work on for me, but I know a lot of people like that, so that's these. And then I also got DPNs. I got size 1 DPNs. I forget what. I think these are Knitter's Pride, maybe? They're called like Zing or something, maybe? I'm not too sure, but I mean, metal. And they're quite nice. So I didn't look up a tutorial or anything. I just like figured that the way you do it is, I did it with 4 DPNs and then a 5th needle to knit with. But yeah, the first time I used these was for toe decreases because I also got circular needles, 9-inch circulars. Let me find that. They're currently on a project, so I can't really show you, but I mean, you can look up what they look like and stuff. But this is my project on 9-inch circulars. They are tiny needle. These are the Xiaogu. Tiny needles with, you know, the cord all attached. They're not interchangeables, but there is an interchangeable set. But I mean, I knit with this size, so I didn't really think getting an interchangeable set was necessary, but it's good for doing sleeves and stuff too, if you get the set. But yeah, so I would actually say this is my preferred knitting method. You, especially on a vanilla sock, right? You just go round and round and round and round, and it's so nice. So yeah, this is just how I knit now. My gauge is also a little looser here, so well, the first time I used these was on this pair of socks. Oh, they're not showing up great on camera, but like in real life they're so pretty. Yeah, this is better. It's like purples and dark greens and light greens and like maybe even some blues in there. Gorgeous. It's like such a pretty sock. Oh, I'm so sad it's not like showing up great on camera, but yeah, they're really nice. And I knit these on 9-inch circulars, and they were a little bit looser, 64 stitches. They were a little bit looser than, actually a lot looser than when I knit in Magic Loop. This is, what is this brand called? This is Malabrigo sock. I forget the colorway, but so freaking gorgeous, so nice. These are my best fitting pair of socks. 2x2 ribbing. I think this is my preferred look in terms of ribbing. I think it's just so much better. So yeah, these were so nice. They feel so nice to wear. They fit so well. So that made me think that I should adjust how I knit on Magic Loop in order to get this fit. So that is why I'm knitting these Magic Loop, also 64. But the first sock, sorry, it's kind of all over the place. The first sock I knit on is done, right? And I knit them on the circulars. And with this sock, I was doing contrasting heel cuff toe, which I'd never done before. To be honest, I hate the process. Like, I like how it looks, but I hate the process. So in the future, yeah, what I'm saying is I don't know if I'd do it again. Maybe I would, but especially for the heel, just like technically, it's so annoying to figure out and do. So I don't love that. But I do think it looks cute. I think in the future, if I were to do contrasting heel cuff toe, I would do what Crazy Sock Lady does and kind of do like, you know, like maybe 5 to 10, no, closer to 5, probably like 5 rounds of the contrasting color, and the rest I would do in this. Just so, because like when you wear this, it's like a little awkward. It's not awkward to look at, but it's awkward to wear, in my opinion, aesthetically. But anyways, so the gauge was looser, and I don't know why. I think I just really wanted to cast these on, so I did not start on the second pair. But then I was like, well, I should do the second pair, so I cast these on. I finished the first sock of these. Where is that? This. So this is what it looks like when it's knit up. So nice. This is Plymouth yarn, I think is what it's called. Don't know the colorway, but it's so nice. It's like a speckled hot pink, but there's like flecks of orange and blue and green in here too. That just makes it so fun to knit up. It does feel a little coarser, but I wonder if that's just like, if it'll go away when I wash it, because I hear that like sometimes to save on like energy or something, the sock, or not the sock, the yarn company will just kind of like wind it up with some sort of like thing on the yarn, and if you wash it, then it'll just become soft again. I'm not sure, but that's these, and this is the second pair. Again, knit 2, purl 2, ribbing size medium, so 64 stitches is the medium size. But yeah, I was like, I should like get started on this again. And I think also the reason I wanted to do these in Magic Loop, oh yeah, so Magic Loop I went up a size actually, so these are size 2, because I thought that would be more similar to the gauge. Yeah, the gauge is the same, so that's good to know that knitting these in the round would be the equal, like the size 1 needle in the round, my gauge is the same as size 2 Magic Loop. But yeah, that's just good to know. But yeah, so the downside of knitting with circular needles is at the heel flap and gusset, I need to basically the heel flap or the front stitches stay on the circulars, but I knit the heel flap and gusset on just 2 DPNs because they're knit back and forth, right? And then I pick back up and knit everything in the round again. But that's the annoying bit, is like with Magic Loop, this is the only pair of needles I will need for the entire sock, versus with this for the heel flap, and then for the toe decreases, I eventually, because like when the toe decreases, it will eventually be 2 little stitches in order for it to work on a 9-inch circular, so then I have to move into either Magic Loop or DPNs, or the flexible DPNs, the flexi-flips. So I just use DPNs because I think that is what is most convenient, and I don't mind knitting like 20 rounds on DPNs for the toe decreases, and for the heel it's just back and forth, so I don't mind that either. But that is the annoying bit, is you have to carry around like 2 methods of knitting versus like, you know, if I were to knit everything I could knit everything on DPNs, I can knit everything on flexi-flips or magic loop. Can't do that on 9-inch. I actually think there is a way, but it's not like very convenient. It's like not very comfortable to do that. But yeah, I guess I'll just recap all the socks because I feel like I went through them in a strange order. So yeah, first pair are these, second pair these. Yeah, I don't know what compelled me to do the 1x1 ribbing, but like that is definitely not the vibe. Not the vibe. So in the future, it just looks more plump, better, right? And I did not block any of these, I just wore them. And then this one and this one. These are all the ones I've finished. Yay, that's a lot of socks. Like, wait, that's a lot of socks. Okay, yeah, and then these are what's currently on the needles. These two, I hate the contrast heel toe. I'm not having fun. And also, this is also Barocco comfort sock, but the repeats happen way too fast. It's like about an inch of repeats, and that is just not interesting enough for me. Like, I really liked this one because it was like, it was a long repeat versus this one is a very short repeat. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. And the colors of this one I also don't love as much as the other one. That's okay, we live and we learn. I'm still using the stitch markers. They work great. I know a couple episodes ago I had mentioned that like some of them got like, they changed color for use, but I haven't found that with the rest of them that I've used so far. But I haven't used many, so the caveat might still stand. What else do I have to show you? So another thing that is a work in progress is I'm working on a sweater vest. This is by My Favorite Knits or something. I just finished the neck, and it's a fold over type of neck. I'm like having a really hard time with it because you kind of like knit it into itself, I guess. And I like read the directions of how to do it, and I was like, I can do this with a crochet hook. So I've been actually crocheting to bind off with a crochet hook, and that has been much easier. But yeah, it's a little hard to navigate. The vest right now is a little short because I am playing a game of yarn chicken. I am using yarn from William's mom that has been in her stash for a while. It is Reynolds Ole Ole yarn, which is like acrylic and cotton, and it's out of like production, it's no longer being made, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's like kind of, the color is like not great. Yeah, it's blue, but there's like a light blue. It's like a denim blue and then a lighter blue thread, and they're all combined, and it's so nice. But I only have this and then 150-gram skein left. So what I decided to do was I knit the body. So okay, let's see. When I realized I was playing yarn chicken, I had 3 balls left. So I decided that I was gonna knit 1 ball to the farthest as I can, and then I would use the second ball to do the neck and armholes, and then whatever was left, I was just gonna knit until I ran out of yarn. Does that make sense? So I haven't finished the bottom because I'm just gonna finish the bottom with whatever yarn is left after I do the arms and stuff. So we'll see. I mean, even if this is the height, like it's a good fitted cropped, look, it goes to like a little bit above my belly button, so I think like it'll be fine. But I just made the mistake of knitting a large. I don't know why I knit a large. I don't think I needed to knit a large because there's positive ease written into the pattern, but I just didn't. Gauge swatch or look at that, so that is on me. That is totally on me. I could have planned it out better, but as far as construction goes, I don't know, it's just been like tough. I don't think I'm doing like make one left and make one right correctly, because like every time I go to do it I just get confused, and I don't think it's right. But I mean, I don't think you can really tell. I did them like by this part. I don't really think you can tell, but I think maybe it could have been better, but also oh well. And I'm having a hard time picking up the stitches, but I'm also like oh well. So oh well, that is that. I'm enjoying it though. I've learned a lot. I feel more confident in knitting garments, but it's also like if I knit a garment I kind of have to like buy more yarn quantities than if I were to knit a sock. So I also think that's another like plus side to knitting socks, is you don't have to worry as much about like figuring out the yarn and like gauge swatching and all of that. So there's that. And then yeah, I guess I show acquisitions. So acquisitions are, some of it is the needles as I mentioned, but I also got yarn. Well, William's mom got me yarn, which is very, very kind of her. She's on Instagram as storm_knitter. I think I'll pop it up. But yes, so we went to a local yarn store in Virginia, which is where they're from, and I'm forgetting the name of the store, but I got a sock yarn, of course. Well, I only got sock yarns, but so Allegro. This was pretty affordable. It is a, yeah, it's all acrylic and PBT. I'm not sure what PBT is, but it's a very interesting, I don't know if you can see. It's like an interesting yarn construction. It's like twisted, like super twisted, like not plied in both directions, but kind of like only in one direction. I don't think you'll be able to see. Okay, I don't know, but it's so pretty. It reminds me of like Valentine's or even Christmas. It's like a nice red color. I'm really excited to knit these up. So yeah, and then the next one, I already caked it up because I was so excited, but it looked really nice in a hank. Look at this. So pretty. It's so freaking gorgeous. It's like black with like so many colors. I already forgot the name of this, but it's like, oh, it's like called Victory Sock or something, but it's like hand dyed by someone. Such a pretty colorway. I was so excited to make socks. It's like so big. I don't think I've ever had a cake this large before, so I'm so freaking excited. These are definitely going to be next on the needles after I cast off both socks. I'm going to be good and cast off both socks before I start a new sock, but maybe I won't be good. Yes, and then these next two yarns I also got from William's mom, but I think they were just from her stash. Like, I didn't shop for them with her. But wow, look how pretty. They're Malabrigo, what is the Rasta? Malabrigo Rasta, I believe. They look similar, and this one says Rasta, so I think so. It's super bulky yarn. This color is Azulis, very pretty blue with some hints of like purple undertones, almost violet, and then this one is like a nice pink. It's called Porino. Yeah, they're so pretty, so soft. I think it's 100% wool, right? 100% merino wool. I originally didn't know what I was gonna do with these, but then I watched in Ida's vlog from Ida's Corner on YouTube, and she was making a tote bag, but then so it's like essentially a long rectangle that she folded in half, and then she crocheted one of the sides. Well, she was gonna crochet both sides, right? So then it would be like a rectangle kind of bag. But before she crocheted in the second side, she put on her head. It was such a cute hat. It was such a cute hat. So I'm thinking I just like garter stitch this or stockinette it or something and make a hat, but not like a circular hat. It'll be like a fun pointy cat hat sort of situation, or like a pointy hat like this. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. So soft, so pretty. So yeah, that will have to happen at some point. I've not made progress on this tank. Let me even pull that out because you know what this is. It's kind of on the back burner, but it's also because it's the pattern. Excuse me, I don't have a PDF version of the pattern, so it's also, I think I haven't picked it up because I'd have to like dig out the pattern, which I have. I like haven't lost it or anything, but it's just yeah, a little less motivating. A little bit less motivating because of that. So I guess another update I have is I've certified in the wood shop at school. So now I know how to use all the big power tools to like do woodworking with, I guess. So I'm gonna build myself a Amish Swift. It looks really simple, doable. I shouldn't say simple, but like looks very doable. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that maybe this weekend. So I'm very excited to do that. And then like at some point as a Christmas gift to myself, I really want to get myself a winder because that would be so good. It would be so good. I think I'll just get myself a plastic one because I think that's what is most portable. I don't really know like where I'll be. Actually, I don't know if I'll get it for myself because like I've been winding my hanks at my school. Like my school has like a fiber club, and in one of our like buildings there's just a winder that you can come use. So yes, I don't know if I need to get myself a winder just yet, but I'm excited to have a Swift. But I'm like, if I have a Swift, I might as well have a winder. And when I go home, I won't have a winder, so maybe I'll get myself a winder. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited. It really makes your life so much better to not like this summer I wound it up 100 grams of mohair, silk mohair. When I tell you it took me like over an hour just between my legs and like hand winding it. So I think it is really gonna be a game changer if I can do that. But yeah, I don't know what else. Next on my needles, I think, are gonna be these socks. I don't have any plans to do a garment. I don't really think I have yarn for a garment, so I don't know. I'm thinking of buying yarn though to knit socks for people for Christmas. My mom wants a pair, and she says I should knit the rest of the family a pair, but I don't know. Like, are they knit worthy? Like, I don't know if they even wear socks. We live in California. Like, nobody's lounging around at home. I guess we will see. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. You can follow me on Instagram, and I would love it if you liked, comment, and subscribed, and did all the fun stuff so that I could keep existing. Yeah, I would love to know what you're working on, if you're working on things, and I will see you next time. Bye.